How's it going, boys and ghouls? On this near Halloween day, we're going to answer some important questions that you, not us, have written.
Yes, this is KR47's valuable advice, even though I keep spelling it wrong. Put advice. Or advice, but whatever.
We're advising you invaluably.
Yeah. So,
or valuably.
This is a segment of ours where you, the viewer, have sent us in questions. So, yeah.
We did not write these ourselves.
We did not make them up at all. We don't have...
I didn't write them.
No.
I can barely read.
We don't have a series of writers in the back, or wherever they are, writing on questions. So let's start it.
Let's do this.
Dear KR47.
That's us.
I have a sex slave I've kidnapped 10 years ago.
Nice.
Whenever I take him out of his slave box, he appears to be sullen and listless. How can I bring the flair back into our sex life? Butch from Rio.
Butch, this is a good question that I've heard a lot. When you're sex slave, it's kind of like the 7-year itch. When you're married, about 7 years later, you start hankering for, a little strange.
Yeah.
As they say. Your sex slave is sort of the same way. The first 3 or 4 years were just full of fright, like he's gonna die at any minute.
Yeah.
He was just scared shitless. Then the next couple of years were this awkward, almost Stockholm syndrome-ish. Well, this is my life. Maybe if I do this, I'll at one point maybe I'll find a way to escape.
Yeah.
And then the next couple of years are kind of like, well, this is my living.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have sex with this guy for the rest of my life.
I'm gonna sleep in a fucking slave box.
Yeah, and this is it.
This is it. My new name is Sprinkles.
Yeah.
But somewhere around the 10-year mark, that just doesn't thrill them anymore. My suggestion is set fire to the slave box, and then their fear of losing their life all over again will sort of rejuvenate the sex again.
Yes. See, I was thinking the same exact thing.
This is what you have to threaten the life.
Put the fear of you back in the
back into them.
Yeah.
Back in them.
Yeah.
You know what?
Like,
set the box on fire. Let them know you did it. Like, it was no accident. No. I got bored to set your fucking home on fire. Why? Because I'm that fucking weird.
Yeah, and I still want our sex life to be fucking wow.
And as they're still coughing up the ash and brimstone, you bend them over your bed and ravage the shit out of them. Like, you fucking dry and hard as you ever could. Hold those fucking pigtails. I don't care if they have short hair. You make fucking pigtails, or you grab by the ears and you just fucking hate-filled, just spewing shit, spit on them. Do whatever. But you gotta make them scary again. Yeah. That's how you get that magic back.
You make them scared, and then you know what? You know what? After they're afraid of you, give them something nice. To be like, you know what?
Not too nice.
Not too nice, of course. I still love you.
Like, when you feed them their gruel, give them like a half cup of chocolate ice cream.
Yeah, of course. Yes.
Yeah.
So, you know what, Butch? That's what you gotta do. So, let's go with the next one. Dear KR47, I recently had a one-night stand with a woman.
Nice.
And we were making love. I called her all sorts of degrading names.
That's
how you
make love, isn't it?
Yeah. We did so many unspeakable things with various household objects and bodily substances. Today I found out that this woman is going to be my son's teacher.
Right.
My wife wants me to go to a parent-teacher night.
Right.
And I don't know what to do, Steve.
I fucking say go.
Yeah.
Go to parent-teacher night. Go to all the other stupid teachers that fucking are going to bore you to death. Because let's face it, who gives a shit about your son's education?
Yeah. I mean,
save this broad for last. Lock that door and you have teacher every fucking way on the goddamn desk.
Might as well make it a two-night stand instead
right?
of one-night
Fuck
stand.
yeah!
You know what I'm talking
and then
about?
your kids' grades start dropping.
Yeah.
Go back, give her a little more of the fucking laying the pipe right.
Yeah, lay that pipe right. If I know one person who can lay the pipe right, it's this guy Steve right here. Besides Dennis, but that's besides the point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think personally you shouldn't worry about it. I mean, you effed her in all kinds of
she ain't been
ways.
effed in a while.
Yeah, you fucked her in all kinds of unspeakable ways. That, like, you know what? What's your wife gonna do? I mean, so what? You had an affair on her fucking...
If she would do it, then you wouldn't have to fuck this broad.
You know what? I'm sure she's fucking your daughter's teacher right as we speak.
Look at that.
Yeah, so, you know what?
That's just good parenting.
Yeah.
That's called looking out for your kid.
Yeah, you're trying to get the best bang for your buck, if you know what I mean, with these teachers nowadays.
And you know what? If she's good, depending on how old your son is, have her fucking teach him how to treat a bitch.
Yeah.
You know?
There's nothing wrong with that. At
least she knows you're not going to fucking tattle on her like all these pussies. Oh, my teacher's molesting my 13-year-old. He's got to grow up some fucking day.
Yeah, he's got to
You're going to teach him to fuck? No, because that's disgusting. You get his teacher to teach him to fuck, you gross fuck.
That's what they're teachers for. Damn. That's why they're teachers.
You're a bad mom.
Alright, dear KR47.
No, that's us.
I had a baby, and it was born the wrong gender. How can I change my baby boy into a girl so I can dress him or her up as a princess and have tea parties? Illumina Star. Wow.
Okay.
First, your name is Illumina Star.
There's so much wrong with this.
You sound like a whack job.
Yeah. I'm going to go out on a limb here, are white.
Mm-hmm.
The white people tend to be the whack jobs.
Yeah, white. Yeah, I mean,
you can complain about black people or Puerto Ricans, or you can make up any kind of weird stereotypes you want. Total fucking wackadoos are always white. That's just
you look up those weird ass videos on YouTube of people putting toilet paper in between their butts and lighting on fire. Yeah, it's white people doing that. Yeah, not blacks or
you never hear like a black guy got caught fucking a horse, right?
No, never.
It's fucking
never.
Oh.
Never.
It's fucking Jesse McFucking-Pigface.
So anyways, how can you get your baby boy to be a girl so you can dress him up? You know what? Here's a different thing you can do. You can what's the word? Immaculate? Is that the word I'm thinking?
Emasculate.
Emasculate the kid.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, just dress him up like a girl anyways. Yep. And have tea parties with him. You don't have to cut off his dinger.
You can go nurture versus nature on this thing.
Yeah. Because you know what? He'll probably appreciate it more if you didn't cut off his penis.
But your best bet might be to chop off his nuts if you never want him to go through puberty.
Yeah, you can make him a eunuch.
Yeah. Like, he won't go through... He won't have testosterone, really. So that'll keep, like, his facial hair away.
Yeah, and then maybe you can inject him with estrogen and eventually make him a girl. I mean...
You can probably get it on the black market. I don't think you're supposed to give it to kids until, like, 16 or 18.
Yeah.
Depending on the state. But, like, you can probably get it on the black market,
That sounds like the best plan of action, personally.
It seems like it, because let's face it, if you get your heart set on a girl and you got a boy, then, you're already a horrible person based on your name. So
Illumina Star. You sound like some creep, some white creep.
Yeah.
Anyways, the last question comes from a person, and it goes, KR47.
Okay.
I was homeless until I snuck into a blind man's apartment. Life's been great. I've been eating and drinking well. And I can masturbate to internet porn if I turn the sound down low. The blind guy is getting a little bit suspicious, and I'm worried that he'll find out. What should I do, Clark? Well, Clark, I think...
First of all, Clark.
Yeah.
Good fucking plan.
Yeah, nice job.
That's brilliant. Like, I don't know if I would have thought of that. That's
I know
stuff.
I wouldn't have.
I suggest...
I'm surprised, I'm surprised the blind guy doesn't have a dog. And the dog doesn't smell him, you know what I mean?
Well... I assuming the blind guy doesn't have a dog.
Yeah. What would you...
The blind guy probably hears and smells better than because he lost his sight.
Mm-hmm.
We say your senses get heightened.
Yeah.
So I would take to wearing his clothes around, and his deodorant, and his colognes.
Mm-hmm.
So your smell doesn't stand out.
Yeah.
Make sure as soon as the blind guy leaves, you wash. Wash a lot so you never get BO.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, keep wearing his stuff. So it's just his smell he keeps smelling.
Mm-hmm.
Be deathly quiet. I say stop watching the internet porn when he's home, because a mouse click is wicked loud when you don't want it to be.
Yeah, it totally is.
Like when you're playing a video game, you don't hear a thing. And then, if it's late night and there's somebody in the room kind of dozing and you're like, I wonder if I could check my secret Facebook that has all my, pictures of me getting drunk when my wife's away.
Mm-hmm.
And you click on that and all of a sudden it's like, ka-clam! Ka-clamp! It's awful.
Yeah.
So I say stick to jacking it when he's gone. So as soon as he leaves, start jerking off and then hop in the shower.
Yeah.
So that should be like when he goes to work, that's you go to work.
Yes.
Spend a few hours knocking your nuts around. Go to work on it.
Yes.
Yes. What you might want to try to do is stealing random food. So as you eat, he doesn't realize he's paying for 2 people to eat now.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta watch out for that.
Yeah.
And I can't stress this enough. If he's got company, don't try to hide, leave. Leave and then sneak back in another time.
Mm-hmm.
And if he orders food, don't forget to stay the shit or dodge. Because a pizza guy will say, oh, here's your pizza. And if he says hello to the person behind the blind guy's going to go, oh, there's somebody behind me. Then his suspicions are confirmed.
You know what I would do? Here's what I would do. Personally, first and foremost, have an extra key to his house made. Obviously
that can't be said enough.
Yeah,
you're right.
Obviously, you're gonna find the keys to his house so that you can get in and out whenever you want
at your leisure.
And what I would do is secretly, while he's asleep, just kind of whisper things to him and have a knife up to his throat and just kind of like whisper threats to him, saying like, if you try to find out what's going on, I'm gonna kill you. And like,
see, I think that's a little harsh.
Yeah.
I would go the subliminal route.
Yeah.
You're alone. You've always been alone.
Yeah.
Don't worry about noises you hear.
That sounds like a good idea.
Maybe like that.
And if this guy, the blind guy, does have a dog, give him peanut butter with sleeping pills. You know what I mean?
I'm assuming he doesn't have a dog, or you'd be out already.
Yeah.
Because let's face it, unless you got a stake on you at all times, that dog can run your ass out.
So yeah, good idea with the company. Yeah. Definitely don't hide. Just get out. This is why you're making the extra key, so you can leave when you can.
Come back
about the internet porn, like Rob said, just wait.
Because then you can turn the sound up.
Yeah, I know.
Because it's sort of fun to watch internet porn no sound, but it's wicked more fun when she's like, "Oh fuck me, daddy! Oh yeah, I'll put my fucking ear." You're slower, where's the fun without that?
Yeah,
that's only half the experience.
Yeah, and
it's like it's all right.
Yeah,
it might give you a boner. But it's not going to make you fucking, thrilled in the bottom of your ball bag.
This is a really far off situation. But you could always try to make friends with the blind man. And then you could live there without being guilt-free. Although that sounds too Hollywood for me, so forget that.
Perhaps what you should do is by living the blind man, you can learn his likes and dislikes, his secrets, what kind of person he is.
You know what?
And then you could run into him and meet him in the real world.
Yeah, and then you
can become friends with him.
Yeah,
and then
you can even find you can find out his account information and steal.
It should be fairly easy.
Yeah, it should be.
You could probably rip this blind man off.
Yeah, you probably could.
I would say do it. There's a good chance you could rip this blind man off, so I say do that too.
Yeah. You might as well. And I don't know if there's like a whole blind person community, but maybe you can find more blind people.
How would they get in touch?
I don't know. I'm just figuring maybe there's a whole community of blind people. I mean, it shouldn't be hard.
It shouldn't be hard to hide from them.
Yeah, that's true.
All right.
Anyways, is that enough, Rob?
I think we're good.
I think we're good too. This has been Pete and Rob
from KR47.
And check us out. This has been KR47's valuable advice.
And it was valuable.